welcome back to the channel, and today we've got our 3-game midweek series here against the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, the Braves got their first win in the last video. Feel free to check it out. I've also got a playlist as well that you can check out. But we ended up dropping this series against Miami. Now we wrap up this quick homestand with a 3-game set against the Phils. Then we go to Tampa, Toronto, then come back for 3 games against Minnesota and St. Louis. Then we head out west once again to go to Arizona and Colorado. I hate that Colorado is a team that we seem to always face towards the end of the month. Cold months in MLB, but whatever. It is what it is. So we're going to take a look at both probable pitchers as well as how each of these teams rack up here to start the season. We know how the Braves are doing. We strike out a lot. We don't manufacture a lot of runs, and our bullpen is not so hot. Okay, I think we knew that coming into the season, but it's kind of jarring to see it see it in real time. The Phillies, however, are sitting at 5-4, tied at the top with the Mets in the NL East. And let's just take a look at what we can expect in this 3-game series at home. So here we go. Game 1, we're going to see Chris Sale. I'm sorry, this picture got all jarred. But anyways, we're going to see Chris Sale at the middle box here. Chris Sale versus Michael Lorenzen. Okay. And then game 2 is the bottom third picture here. We're going to look at Strider versus Wheeler. So that's a must-see matchup. In fact, that will be game of the week. And then at the top here, game 3, Raylo versus Christopher Sanchez. There you guys can also see their stats. Sanchez in 2 starts, only 4 strikeouts. Wheeler with 9. And Wheeler is their bona fide ace. Looking here at the bottom as far as how each team is producing, we kind of know the story of the Braves. We'll cover them real quick. We're still 30th in runs, and we're 18th in runs allowed, okay? We have given up 17 home runs, good for bottom of the league, and we've only hit 10. Now, we have moved up from the bottom of the home runs category to 21st, but still bottom of the barrel. 20th in stolen bases, 17th in pitching strikeouts, 29th in ERA, and 30th with an on-base percentage of 2.22. That's got to change. Phillies, however, are kind of struggling offensively too in the runs area. Only 37 runs this season. That's still a lot more than the Braves, 15 more to be exact, and they're good for 10 spots up at 20th. Middle of the pack with home runs and stolen bases, and top 10 in on base. So they get on base, but they're not really scoring. Pitching-wise, they've allowed the least runs, 28 to be exact. Only 9 homers. They've had 57 strikeouts, which is actually bottom of the league here, 29th, with a 3 ERA. So they're not striking out a lot of players, but they aren't giving up a lot of runs either, obviously, as they are first in the league. Now, the Phillies do come into town after getting swept by the Dodgers at home. So just some interesting notes to think about around the league, and we will see these as well as we go through the games. But Dodgers and Guardians are on a bunch of early winning streaks. Guardians have won 9 out of their last 10, and the Dodgers have won 6 straight as they swept both us and the Phillies. So both of these teams are red hot to start the season. We are not red hot to start the season. We are ice cold. Phillies are barely kind of chugging along, but they're doing okay. And we need to get some wins. So let's jump into the action and see what happens here at home versus Philly. Of this series underway and a quiet Monday around baseball. Dodgers do win their 7th game. Mick Abel continues to be red hot starting the season. 7 innings of 2-hit ball for the Twins. Sale was dominant on the mound in his last start. Acuna hitting well, and a possible postseason preview. Although, y'all, it's the 2nd week of the season. Let's not worry about the postseason. Let's focus on Chris Sale. First 2 starts of the season. Yes, 2 losses. Not great. But 6 innings per start. and 16 strikeouts, no walks, which helps lower that whip below 1, and all of that to the tune of a 2.25 ERA. It'll be interesting to see how Sale does against this hot Phillies offense. Trey Turner starts the game with a high fly ball to left field. Duran looks up, and that one's out of here in a hurry. Trey Turner starting his evening with a home run, his third of the season. And so far, things not looking so hot as the Braves give up yet another first inning home run. Let's see if Sale can bounce back now. Here's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. Left on left.
Hey.
Sale gets ahead 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Stott not having to start he wants. 189 average.
1-1.
Slider outside, misses badly. Ball 1. Stott connects and drives that into the gap. 4 extra bases. Sale getting hit hard early, and the Phillies have another man on, this time in scoring position. Here's Bryce Harper. Something to note about Bryce Harper. In the last 3 games for the Phillies against the Dodgers, he's had a home run in every single one of them. So he is swinging a red-hot bat, hitting a 400 on the season.
Hey.
And he takes a slider on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Harper connects, drives it to right. Acuna's gonna just watch it fly out of here. And that's a 2-run shot. The Phillies take a 3-0 lead here in the first inning. Sale is not looking so sharp to start this ball game. Harper homered in his 4th straight game here, and he extends this lead. So not what the Braves want, but this lineup doesn't get any thinner. Here is the cleanup man, Kyle Schwarber. 270 average for Kyle.
Ball! That pitch is out.
Sale gets falls even 1-1. Schwarber should hit 300 home runs this season. He's at 275, only 25 away. I think he'll do it. Hopefully he doesn't do it against the Braves.
2 strikes.
As he had that in real life. I'm recording this Labor Day weekend. The Braves are just in Philly, and they got absolutely wrecked on Thursday as Schwarber hit 4, almost 5 home runs. He will round out here in this video game for the first out of the ball game. The Phillies OPS is good for 4th in the National League. There you see their lineup. Stott gets his average above 200, and now every Phillies starter is hitting quite well. They just got to score more runs. It seems like they get on base, no problem.
Ball inside.
But they're doing that tonight. Already up 3-0. 4 ribbies for Castellanos, good for 3rd on the Phillies. Sale ahead, count even 1-1. Now he's behind 2-1. Sale has yet to give up a walk to start the season. Popped it up. Albies is there. 2 men out. Let's see if Sale can limit the damage then. He's gotten through the first 5, and here's Alec Boehm, the number 6 batter.
Aye.
I'll never forget with Boehm, I think I talk about it every time the Phillies are on this channel.
Aye.
When he slid into home, I think it was in 2022, maybe? Or he's down on strikes, but it was 2022 maybe. And he slid into home but never touched home plate. It was a Sunday night baseball game, and I remember Braves fans being pissed. I may have gotten the year wrong, but I will never forget. It was before the Braves got their City Connects because they were wearing the 70s throwbacks. So I know that. But anyways, that's what I remember from Alec Boehm. Phillies 5-4. Michael Lorenzen, their 5th man, gets ahead of Jarren Duran. Duran cranks that one into right field. Castellanos can't get there, and he will cruise into second with a double. outfield is something to behold. I mean, they've got Castellanos out there, they've got Max Kepler in the left, and Edmundo Sosa in center field, and he's going to get tested early. He's not known to be a center fielder. High and deep at the wall, off his glove, and Duran had to make sure that that ball did not get caught, so he's going to have to hold up at third. But a one-out double for Ronnie, and testing the Phillies' outfield defense early is Atlanta as they try to get back in this game. Olsen to the second baseman, stop, dive, and play. Can't get him. And now score a run. The Braves get on the board. One out now for Sean Murphy. He's been swinging a hot bat, and he gets robbed as that's hit right at Boehm for a 5-4-3 double play, and Lorenzen gets out of the inning. Let's just say that was pretty much all the Braves offense had this game. This game got ugly, and it got ugly fast. We go to the second inning. Chris Sale just is not going to have his best stuff tonight, and he's going to start the second with a base hit for JT Realmuto. I feel like this is a lineup that Sale, if he has his A game, he can really thrive because it's just full of lefties. You've got, half lefties, half righties, basically. Stott, Kepler, Harper, Schwarber, all lefties. And he's going to get 2 out with the 8 and 9 batters, but once this lineup card flips over, the floodgates are going to open. Turner is going to work a walk after hitting a solo shot his first time up. That's the first walk of the season for Sale. Bryson Stott is going to go down on strikes in the second. But again, Sale's struggles continue as he is just letting up base runners. And he got lucky this time. No runs. But it ain't going to last. Baldwin goes the other way as he's on with another double. I'm going to make the prediction now. I think Baldwin, I'm going to give him some more starts at catcher, but I think he could be the Rookie of the Year. I know in real life he's looking pretty good for it, but in this game too, I think he could be Rookie of the Year. Braves trying to get a run on the board, but that's not going to do it as that's a strikeout. Michael Harris is going to fly that one to left. Routine for Kepler. 2 outs after the Baldwin leadoff double. Ezequiel Tovar. We brought him in from the Rockies, and he's just kind of struggled. But that's a hard hit ball, just right at Turner, and one shortstop grounds to the other. Let's go on now to the fourth. It has been 5-1 Phillies. They ended up scoring 2 in the last inning. And Sale, after giving up 5, a couple walks, a bunch of hard hit balls, he just didn't have his top stuff tonight. So we're going to keep the deficit, or try to keep the deficit right where it is. And unfortunately, we're going to have to go to our bullpen. Here's AJ Smith-Shawver. I've been kind of talking him up a little bit in the last couple of videos, and I've really been impressed so far with him out of the bullpen. Let's see what he can do against one of the best lineups in baseball. Trey Turner says, "Welcome to the game, kid." Base hit up the middle. Turner is 2 for 2 with a walk. He has been on base all 3 times. Here is Bryson Stott. Gonna draw a walk to walk. The base is loaded for Bryce Harper. This is a scary at-bat. He's got a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Hit hard and through the hole into left field. That'll score 1. They'll play station to station, and it's 6-1. Honestly, if it wasn't going to be an out, I would take a base hit, a single over nothing. Schwarber connects high and deep to center field. That's actually going to get down. Fall in front of the warning track, and that's going to score 2. 8-1 Phillies. I told y'all the floodgates were going to open. Nick Castellanos flies out to right field. Acuna will be there, and that will count as a sac fly. Actually, no, it won't. They decided not to test Acuna's arm. That's 1 big out. Alec Boehm to left, right at Duran. Misplayed it almost. That was a little scary. That one will be a sacrifice fly, and it's 9-1 Philly. Max Kepler with 2 men outs. Or not Max Kepler, JT Realmuto will end the inning. And that's about as much as I wanted to show of that game. It got ugly. It was not good. We were not going to come back to that one. Matt Olson ended up having a solo shot at the end of at the bottom of the fourth. But the Phillies, as you can tell by the score, it was all Philly all day. 20 hits, 15 runs. Sale gets the loss. And we move on to game 2. Looking around the league. Angels winning extras. Yankees winning extras. Guardians win 10th straight game. Dodgers win their 8th straight game. Benintendi records his 500th RBI. Volpe snaps hitless 0 for 18 streak, and James Outman collects 5 RBIs in the Twins win. So, some exciting baseball all around. Not in Atlanta, though, if you're a Braves fan. And Bryce Harper, I said this earlier, but he had 3 home runs in the 3-game set against the Dodgers. And he has now another one. Last 4 games, he has had 5 home runs and hit .444 with a 1.810 OPS, 8 RBIs, all of this in 18 at-bats. 6 runs. So, Harper has homered in each of his past 4 ball games. So let's keep an eye on that one in this game, and we'll see kind of what happens. Hopefully that trend does not continue, but with the way this pitching has been, it very well might. Starting the ball game off with the weirdest play. Olson can't pick it up cleanly. Maybe it bounced off the bag? I'm not too sure. But it did not go the Braves' way. And just bad luck continues. Okay, it wasn't even near the bag. Olson just couldn't pick it cleanly. Turner able to run it out. He may be getting older, but he still has some speed. And that's how this game gets underway. Turner reaches base yet again. Bryson Stott against Strider. That's a good play by Nacho. He will take the out at first as Turner moves up to second. And I believe they actually scored that a base hit, the first one. We'll see. Bryce Harper also has a 6-game hitting streak. I believe that's what that said. Regardless of whatever his hitting streak is, he is red hot. Let's see what Spencer can do against him. Spencer has had a rough go of things to start the season. Just has not looked very sharp. And already some misfortune here to start the ball game. Harper hits it to the outfield, but it doesn't go anywhere for the second out. Verdugo's getting the start today in left field. I know Jarren Duran had a couple hits in last night's game, but I just decided, hey, let's give him a night off just to kind of figure it out. So that base hit doesn't hurt us. And then Strider starting to look like his old self as he gets Castellanos on the high and in fastball. Here is Max Kepler. He chases the curveball way inside. Looked a little ugly on that swing, and that's the Strider that we like to see. Can he strike out the side? He can! Nice slider! And he strikes out the next 3 Phillies batters. And he is looking a lot better this go around. Guys, so leave some feedback in the comments. Are you enjoying this series? If you are, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do to get more of it. Matt Olson had a home run last night. I'm going to even try to get another video of this series done by the week's end. We'll see. Olson grounds it to second. Jump throw from Stott. And time. Riley's hitting .075. Trying to get things going. And that's a start. High and deep to left field. Way out of here. Several rows deep into left. Riley connects. And that's his first home run of the season. Boy, does he need one. Things have not gone Riley's way to start the year, but he puts the Braves on top 1-0 here in the second. 2 outs now for Michael Harris. Facing Phillies ace Zach Wheeler. And Wheeler misses again over the middle. This time it's going to not get out of here. It'll stay in the yard, but it will be a 2-out double as the Braves look to jump out to an early lead against Wheeler. 3rd double for Harris on the year. Beautiful swing. If you're Zach Wheeler, you don't mean to throw that pitch there, but good job from Harris to take full advantage. Got the barrel on the ball. Here's Sean Murphy. He may be only batting .237 and he may be batting 8th, but he has been a nice bright spot in this Braves lineup. And he's going to connect once again as that ball is gone into the bullpen. It got out of here in a hurry. That's his 5th home run of the season. We have played 11 games. And he has homered in about half of them. So Sean Murphy continues his hot hitting. I mean, this is a difficult thing, right? Because you got to have both Baldwin and Murphy. Our 2 catchers are hitting absolute bombs to start the season. And all against Zach Wheeler, too. So it's a 3-0 lead. Bryce Harper is up for his 2nd at-bat. 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch swinging, he's going to fly out to Verdugo once again, and Spencer Strider makes quick work of the Phillies' DH, or first baseman. Nacho Alvarez is getting the start tonight. He's 1 for 1. Make it 2 for 2. As he goes the other way into right field for a base hit. Trying to get Alvarez some more starts, see how he does while he's starting. Tovar and probably needs some time to just kind of tinker with stuff and figure it out. But here's Ronald.
Aye.
Filthy inside fastball from
count.
Wheeler. 0-1. Left field. It is out of here. Into the Hank Aaron Terrace upper deck shot. His 3rd of the season. And the Braves open this one up against Zach Wheeler. We can't hit Michael Lorenzen, but we can hit Wheeler, I guess. 5-0 here in the middle innings. Go to the 7th. Joey LaCasey is on. Spencer Strider, let's talk about him really quickly. He had a 1-hitter going in the 6th, but his pitch count was kind of high. So I brought him out, and that might have been a mistake, as LaCasey has given up 3 back-to-back base hits, and the Phillies are going to get on the board 5-2 with that 2-run double from Alec Bohm. Nick Castellanos now hits one high and deep to right field. Acuna can't get there. That's off the chop house wall. And it's a double. So all of this with 1 out. And the Phillies are right back into this game. Brandon Marsh now with the bases full of fills. That's a 1 out and a fielder's choice as Marsh beats it out. Yeah, it's a 5-3 ball game. Tommy Doyle in the game now. He is going to face his first batter, which is Real Muto. And I thought at first that might have fallen, but Verdugo is there. Trey Turner is the last out in the way here in the 7th. And he's going to ground out to Ozzie to end the inning. But the Phillies get 5 base hits to start the inning and are right back into this one, 5-3. Joey LaCasey, that was not a good outing for him. Bottom 7, Carlos Hernandez comes in for the Phillies. Only 2 1/3 innings pitched in 2 starts. Excuse me, in 2 appearances, I should say. Nacho gets his 3rd hit. 3 for 3 a day for the Braves 9-hole hitter. 1 out for Ronald.
Ball.
Weird. It's a strikeout, I guess, but oh well. 2 outs now. Verdugo chases high away for the end of the inning, but hey, a bright spot for Nacho. 3 hits on the day. Bryson Stott leads off the 8th with a base hit. Here is Bryce Harper. He has been, or actually, no, he did actually extend his hitting streak. I must have missed one of his at-bats while I was editing. My apologies. So, in the game now is Dylan Lee, another lefty for the Braves. Harper down 0-2. He had a single his last at bat, Harper did. So no home runs just yet. A home run here could tie this game, and so we really don't want that.
That's ball 2.
Outside, 2-1. Hit hard up the middle for a base hit. Stott is gonna stay right where he is. First and second for Schwarber. Schwarber goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Or sorry, the final out of the inning. I guess. My editing has been so weird in these past few frames, these clips. I don't know what I did, but oh well. Joe Payamps is coming in for the 8th inning. Or sorry, the 8th. Yeah, okay, so Schwarber did get out. He struck out. It wasn't the end of the inning. It was just the end of Dylan Lee's time on the mound. Okay, here's Alec Boehm now. Payamps quickly ahead, count even 1-1. Boehm hits it hard, but at Money Mike. And runners will stay put for the second out. Which is good, because that was not a great throw. Castellanos stands in our way. With one swing, he could give the Phillies a lead. So we got to pitch him a little careful. But we can't be too afraid to pitch to him. Payamps with the 1-0. Castellanos hits it foul towards the camera well. Shot to Payamps, and he is going to make the play to end the inning. So a little nail biter of a 7th and an 8th inning, but we get out of it. Here's Riley. And he does it again. 2-homer day for Austin Riley, as there's no doubt about that one. And that is to left field. So maybe Riley's starting to get his swing back, get his mojo back, and he gives the Braves a little bit of insurance as they look to get their second win of the season, up 6-3 against the Phils. Raisel Iglesias comes on. He came on in Game 2 of Miami and gave up the save. Blew it, but got the win in extras thanks to John Murphy. Whew. Max Kepler down the line. Fair. Off the foul pole. Welcome to the game, Raisel. And Iglesias. Thank God we got that insurance run, am I right? Because it's instead of a 5-4 game, it's a 6-4 game. So we still have some wiggle room, but we can't let Max Kepler be the catalyst to start this Phillies offense. Brandon Marsh now is going to ground out to Nacho Alvarez.
Out.
One down. JT Realmuto's had a base hit. Full count to him. Fly ball into right field. Acuna ranging back there. Makes the catch. 2 men down. Trey Turner's no easy out though. Raisel ahead 0-2. Again, similar ball to the one that Realmuto hit to Acuna. That one gets a little bit further out, but Acuna makes the catch, and that's your ball game. Braves do even up this series, thanks to Spencer Strider's wonderful pitching performance. 6 innings with 1 hit. Bullpen is making me angry because that 7th and that 8th was rough to get through, and we had like 2 arms left in the bullpen after this game that hadn't been used. Because, we had the 15-2 loss in Game 1, and then we needed like 5 arms to combine to get through 3 innings. So that's a little upsetting, but we hang on to get the win, and now we're going to go for the series victory here in Philly. So, some things to think about. Renato Lopez is off to a sluggish start. Albies is kind of struggling. But Strider looked good, so did Riley. Philly's bullpen has a 1.26 ERA in their last few games. And then around the league, Angels win in extra innings once again. Dodgers win their 9th. But note the Guardians aren't up there. They must have finally lost. Casey Mize hurls a shutout against the Yankees. Bubic allows 10, or strikes out 10 and allows 2 runs. And, yeah, I guess the Guardians finally lost their game. So that winning streak is over with. And Strider, here you guys can see his last start in full. He went 6, 1 hit, 9 strikeouts, and 76 pitches. That is what I want to see out of Strider. Coming back from Tommy John, struggled his first 2 starts against San Diego and LA. Then has to face another powerhouse offense in the Phillies and shuts them down through 6. Bullpen tried to give it away, but hey, they couldn't do it. And we are looking to bounce back and get our first series win with Raylo on the mound.
Ball 4. Take
Bryce
the base.
Harper is going to draw a 2-out walk. That's his first walk of the game. Schwarber now
Ball 4.
also draws a walk. So back-to-back walks of the 3 and 4 batters in this Philly lineup. And you've got to face Alec Boehm now. 2 outs. Boehm into left field. That's going to fall in front of Duran. Here's the throw. They're going to not even try. And it is a 1-0 ball game. Phillies take the lead. Bases loaded once again. Max Kepler is going to go down on strikes. And Murphy throws over to end the inning. So a not so hot start. But we're going to face Christopher Sanchez.
Ball 4. Take the base.
And Ozzy's going to work the leadoff walk. Sanchez had a great year last year. Looking to build on it. And look at this play. So, this is a weird glitch that I have had happen to me like 2 or 3 different times. Y'all know how the camera sometimes goes into the stands when you hit a pop-up, and it's okay, right? It's just something that's been in an MLB The Show for years and years and years. But never in my life have I seen it deflect like that and just be catchable. Like, what the hell is that? I've had that happen more times this year than ever before. And it's so infuriating because that's an out, you know. Anyways, a bonkers play to end Acuna's at bat. And here's Sean Murphy. He has moved up to the cleanup spot because why not?
Ball 1.
Right? He's pitching
I got a
quite
ball,
well.
1
And it is a
strike.
lefty, which does help his numbers. But Sanchez's pitch is fouled off. Sanchez's changeup, man, is so slow out of the hand. It is. I will look silly in this game, but you won't see that because I don't want to show it. But I will look silly. I had to adjust to the slow speed.
Runner, runner, runner.
Move is Ozzy. Murph fouls it off, stays alive, 1-2 still. Ozzy takes his lead. Sanchez gets his sign from JT Realmuto. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Murphy to left field. High, deep, and gone. Another home run for Sean Murphy. That's his 6th. He really has homered in half these games. And he is our April Player of the Month so far. And it's a 2-run blast as the Braves leapfrog over the Phillies here in the first inning. Maybe the offense is finally starting to figure it out. Let's just throw away game 1, right? So far, things are looking pretty good. Bottom 2, Raylo's going to start the inning in some trouble once again as Brandon Marsh
0-1.
lines into right for a base hit. JT past Olsen off the bag.
Out.
And Olsen will recover and pick it up and take it to the bag himself. Another weird play. I blame the cloudy skies.
That's outside. Ball 4.
Trey Turner draws another walk. He has walked a couple times in this series, and it's 2 on with 1 out for Bryson Stott. Stott to center. Lazy fly. Michael Harris is there. No problem. Now we just got to get big bad Bryce Harper out. Harper grounds it through the hole. That's a base hit. Acuna will get the throw in quickly. Runners will stay put as the throw was a little offline. Kyle Schwarber He's been quiet this series in terms of no home runs, and he's going to hit one high and deep to right. Acuna at the warning track, slows, puts up the glove, a couple steps shy of the wall to make the out, and that'll end the inning. Raylo is making me a little nervous. He's had a couple of laborious 2 innings, and it's still 2-1 Braves. We're going to skip ahead now. Look at our pitching matchup here. Both players have pitched similar ball games. As you can see, Raylo's had 3 walks, though. That is not great. But he is in line here if he can get to the 5th for the victory as we hold on to a 2-1 lead. 2 outs once again. Phillies able to make stuff happen with 2 outs, and I think we're starting to see this problem with the Phillies offense. They have had base runners galore in this game, all with 2 outs, but besides this, have really not made much out of it. This will, though, tie the game as it's an RBI double. So Raylo's going to leave without a decision. And we are to the bottom of the 6th. Sean Murphy is not going to hit a home run this time, but he is going to hit one deeper to the hole. Turner plants, throws, not in time. That, if the Phillies could challenge, if the CBU could challenge calls, I think they would challenge that, because that looked way too close. And honestly, with my bad vision, Sean Murphy looked out. But hey, we'll take it. Leadoff man on. Riley to right field, high and deep, off the wall. Murphy will hold at third because, you know, he's a catcher. But a double for Riley as he's trying to kind of get things started for him. Only his first of the season. Might as well get those slumps out of the way early, you know. They will walk Matt Olson. Bases full of Braves for Nacho Alvarez.
3.
Oof, that's a hittable pitch, but he watches it go for strike 3. I did not expect them to challenge him. Here's Drake Baldwin, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's hitting .345 this season. You can't have this kid out of the lineup. And he was able to do that with 2 against a lefty. Now he's going to connect, and that's going to be out there to Marsh to make the play. But it will count as a sac fly, and the Braves take a 3-2 lead with 2 outs in 6th. Baldwin continues to impress me. Michael Harris is up next. Number 9 batter. Draws a walk. Lineup card flips over. Ozzie with bases loaded. Rips it into right field for a base hit. That'll score 1. And the Braves will be content playing station-to-station baseball. 4-2 for Jarren Duran. He had the night off last night, and he is 1 for 2 so far. So he's starting to heat up just a little bit. It'd be huge if he could come through here. He got a pitch to hit, but it's going to be a fly ball to center. Marsh is there. And that ends the inning. However, the Braves do get 2 runs. And we're going to go all the way to the 9th. Joel Payamps, I had mentioned this earlier. I want to see... I did not mention this earlier. I mentioned this in a post that I made. But I want to see how he does as the save, or the closer, because I'm not impressed with Raisel Iglesias. And if you can make someone swing like that... JT Realmuto goes down on strikes for the first out. That was a great pitch. Turner hits one weakly. Alvarez will have time. He gets Turner. Turner can't believe it. He's a little upset. Another play that I think I would challenge if I'm the Phillies, but instead it's 2 outs, and it's going to be up to Bryson Stott to keep them in this game. Stott swings and fouls off the first pitch. The Braves are 1 out away from winning their first series of the season, and against an NL East rival as well. That could be huge. Pitch is popped up behind home plate. Murph is there. Easy peasy play, and they've done it. The Braves have taken 2 out of 3 from the Phils. Game 1 was a little you know, we don't talk about game 1. But games 2 and 3, while they were close and competitive, and if I'm the Braves, I wouldn't be mad about that if this was a postseason performance. So we do get the win. Raylo actually does get the win, and they out-hit us, but we kept them off base. The Phillies failed to score runs again, struggled to score runs again, and that's kind of why, like, it's been the tale of their season so far. So, next time on the channel, we will take on the Tampa Bay Rays at the Trop, and I will hope to catch you guys next time. Make sure to leave some feedback down below. Give me some ideas of what you think. What should we do with the lineup, you know? Pitching, bullpen, whatever. I want to hear from y'all. So make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as I post videos as often as I can. And with all that being said, you guys, take care and have a great rest of y'all's day. I will catch you guys next time.